Hello and welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about a new pencil rep that I got. It's called the Sendak and it's made by Peg Awl. They very graciously sent this to me to try out, and it's not the sort of thing that I thought I would have liked, but I've been playing around with it all week and I'm completely in love with this. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to set it up, and I'm also going to make a little custom sketchbook to go inside one of the hidden pockets in the back. I've been becoming increasingly disenchanted with the normal pencil case that I use. It's fine for short excursions, but for longer ones, I have to bring a separate sketchbook or I have to bring extra supplies and load it up. And it's also not wearing down very nicely. It's made of polyester, and so it's showing a lot of fraying and staining and things that just don't look really nice. And I admit it, I'm a shallow, vain artist. I like my supplies to look really nice. And I don't mind if they're worn, but I'd like them to be worn in a way where they don't just look tired and old, where they look more characterful and rustic. And this is made of a waxed canvas. And even if it gets stained and gets drops on it, it's just going to look more rustic and have more of a patina to it. And although they did send me this, I like it so much that I went out just a few days ago and I bought the mini version of this because I am planning on having that replace my normal pencil case. This one is a little larger. This is something that's going to be great where if I have a dedicated time to go out for a while, I can chuck this in a backpack or in my purse, and I'll have every single thing that I need to create the type of art that I like to create. I've spent so much time this week deciding what I want to put into it, where I want it to be, and how I'm going to use it. And I've also figured out a new way to modify it so that I can be hands-free when I'm painting and not need a table or anything to put this on either. So I'll show you how I'm going to do that. I had planned on a really lovely painting adventure using my new paint box that we set up last week, but the weather here in England has just been chucking down rain nonstop. And the one day where it was sunny and nice, I had appointments all day, so I missed it. But that is coming up very soon. I'll be taking that out, hopefully this week, although the forecast looks rainy again. But the nice thing about this is that I can do paintings from my car in this, or a cafe, or anywhere. It's so lightweight. It just makes me want to get out and paint all the time. And that's ideally what I'm looking for in a pencil case. So with all that said, let's get going and set it up. This is the Sendak, and I'll give you a little tour first before we fill it up. I already mentioned that it's made of a nice waxed canvas, which makes it a little bit stiff. And the great thing about that is it not only will protect it, but you can stand it up on its side if you want to have your pencils and things in front of you instead of laying flat on the ground. And then it has a leather strap with this nice buckle. And you open it up and there's a flap here. And the thing I like about this that makes it different than some of the other pencil wraps that I've tried is that it has individual slots for each item. And they're snug enough that you can put your things in there and they won't shift, but they're also wide enough that you can fit proper art tools in there. And then in addition to that, there's a pouch here, and then there are two pouches on the sides. And then over here is a zippered compartment where you can put some of your little items. And that's not all. On the reverse side, and it's almost hidden in plain sight. In fact, when I first received it, I thought, oh, mine doesn't have the pockets in the back, but they were so flat that I couldn't find them. So there's a huge pouch here and another huge pouch here where you can put sketchbooks. That is a game changer for me. In these first two little pockets, I'm going to put two of my fountain pens. They're both by Kaweco, and they both open up so that they can be a larger, proper writing size. I went to London Graphics Centre a few months ago and saw this one, and it had worn down to a really lovely patina, and I walked away and thought about it and wanted it so badly that I was lucky enough to get it for Christmas. This one holds waterproof ink and this one holds water-soluble ink, so I can just draw things with this and then use a water brush and paint it out a little bit. So these are going to go in these first two pockets. And I will tell you, when I first got this, it was really difficult to get things in there, but it does stretch to fit your supplies, and it's not going anywhere. And that's amazing. And then I want to put my pens and my pencils that I use for all of my ink drawings and my line and wash drawings right here next to that, and have this section be my ink and drawing, and also some paint brushes that I'm going to put back here. First of all, I like to carry a ruler with me, and I'm going to put that here for now, although it would fit in a pocket and I may end up moving it, but it's good for here. And then these water brushes by Pentel are my favorite ones to use, but they're a little bit too wide for the pockets. They can go in, but not really all the way down. I mean, maybe they could over time, but I don't really need them there because they fit really well here and here. So there's my two aqua brushes and my ruler. And then here I'll put my mechanical pencil. I love these Graph Gear ones by Pentel, and this is the 0.5. And that goes in there. And I've actually learned that if I turn them so that the clips aren't facing forward but to the side, it makes things a little bit more streamlined. And then for these 5 pouches, I'm going to use 4 different fine liners and my little Tombow Mono Zero eraser pen. And this one is the rectangular one. So I have my Prismacolor Premier in black in the 005 and the 01. And those will go right here. And then I have a Pentel 0.3, which is a little bit thicker, and sometimes that's nice for a thicker line. So I'm going to put that there. And then my Unipin 0.1 Sepia, which has replaced the old Prismacolor brown that I used to use. And then I have my Tombow. And so those all fit really nicely. And I still have all of these. So I do like my click eraser as well. So for now, I'm going to put that right there. And I have all these items, which I'm still playing around with the perfect place to put them. But because I will be putting things in these pockets, I don't want to put my heaviest stuff there. I think for now, I'll put the Uniball Signo over here. I don't even love this pen that much, but it does come in handy occasionally. And then my masking fluid liquid pump marker by Molotow will go here. I also have a Posca marker, a thin one in white, that I'll put over there as well. And then these are my tools for measuring. I don't use these that often, but if I am traveling far, they're always nice to have. And so I'll put those there and there. And I have a few extra spots here, and I'm gonna wait for a while and decide what I need to put there because I do like to travel lighter, and this way I have room to grow. I really feel like I have everything that I need right here, but maybe I'll add some watercolor pencils or things over time. And in this little pouch, I'm gonna put things that I like to have, but I don't need to use all the time. So I have some replacement lead for my Pentel pencil, and I also have some replacement erasers, so those can go in there. And I have a little kneaded eraser. This is the most shallow little container I could find, but I'm still on the lookout for something even more shallow that I can put it in, but for now this will do. And I've talked about these before. They're called ITs, and they have a nice little point, and they also have flat sides. And these are so nice for if I need to wipe out a color when I'm doing watercolor, and I also use them for oil painting. And so I've made this little envelope using some baking wrap and some washi tape just to hold them in here so that they don't get all ragged. So that's a nice little custom fit, and I could tuck those in there as well. And I would like to include some of these Caran d'Ache Neocolor Aquarelle crayons. I'm thinking these are going to come in handy during times when I have a color that just gets too dark and I want to put some light color over it. And so I'd like to carry the white one. Definitely. And maybe this blue one. And I also bought a few extras in colors that I often think would be nice to add pops of color. So I have this lighter yellow one. It's called Pale Yellow. I have a few gray ones as well. I don't think those need to be in this kit. I love this green. It's lime green. And then I also like this yellow, which is a Sahara yellow. So I would love to find space for these 5. I don't really want to put them in the pockets because I have more crayons than I do pockets, but also because I don't want to get the pocket all stained and colored, especially since I'm not sure yet where I want to put everything. And I don't know if I really need to carry all of these. I think if I'm going to sacrifice any of them, it might be the blue. Sometimes it's nice to add, if my greens get too dark, it's nice to have the option of adding some lighter green or some yellows on top of it. So I think maybe these 4, maybe these 5, and I'm not sure where to put them. I thought they could go in this pocket and I could just put them in a little bag like this. But they do stick out and I'm not crazy about that. It doesn't really protect them here. I think I might make another bag like this one that's just custom designed for them and doesn't take up any extra space. So let me go ahead and do that and see what I think. Okay, so here's what I'm going to go with for now. I'm going to carry 4 of the crayons, and I'm going to keep them in this plastic bag because the bag holds them secure. I think it's a little bit more secure than just the paper. So I've taken a long sheet. I folded the bottom up so that it has a nice even corner. And then I've folded the top down because I'm doubling the paper to give it a little bit more structure. So it'll go like that. This will fit in here. And I'm going to leave it open. I'm not going to make a flap. I'd like to be able to just pull them out as I need them. So I'll fold that up, and then I'll fold this side over, and then this side over. And I'll secure the side with washi tape and then secure the bottom with washi tape. There, so that protects them. This is no doubt going to be a temporary measure, but it's a way to transport them without them breaking or making a mess everywhere. So I think for now, these are going to go in the pouch with these other things and with these. There, that's still nice and thin, but it holds everything. The thing that's the bulkiest actually is this kneaded eraser. So I am going to look for something a little bit thinner, maybe a little tin or something. It'll be a fun adventure to try to discover the perfect little tiny thing that I can pop in there. But this will do for now to get started anyway. I may decide I don't like to have the neo colors in there at all, or that I want to add things, or we'll see. So stay tuned for that. And then in this pouch, I'm going to have a tiny sketchbook, my tiny Go Draw palette. This is my second one. It has Winsor & Newton in it. I don't like this one as much as my original, but they've sent me recently a newer one that has really lovely wood, and I'll be putting some new colors in that and probably put that in here instead. But these two both fit into this pouch. And then the clip that holds them together also fits there. And there's still space on either side and on top. So that's a nice fit. And I still have room for the pens. And then over here, I'm still a little bit unsure. I may put this little sketch box so that I have a choice which one I want to use. And it does fit there. However, I have another little holder and thing to hold this, and this is just so nice on its own that it's just a different situation, because this is truly a little pocket pochade box. I don't even need anything else. There's a brush that I don't have in there right now, but it truly holds everything I need. to paint. So this is sort of its own thing, and I probably won't keep it in here. I do, however, have this nice thin watercolor set that I got from Cass Art. Some people have asked me about this because it's really nice. They're quarter pans and it's really thin. It has a little thumb ring on the back so you can hold it while you're painting. I love the palette. And I was told by some other people, and I looked it up, that Daler Rowney makes the exact same palette. In fact, I think probably these are Daler Rowney paints, and Cass Art has some type of collaboration with them for that. But it's perfect for this. And so I could fit it here on the end if I wanted to. But I think for now, I'm going to put it here. And then I have space next to it to put my little water mini mist bottle. And there's still plenty of room to put things in these two pockets if I want to. So I could put one of these in there. In fact, let's move it around and do that. And this is just a pipette for adding water to the water brushes. I also have my wristband that I use for cleaning my brushes. And I can show you how it looks from the top. But this fits into these pockets as well. So I can put it over here with the Go Draw and the clip. And everything I need then for tiny paintings is in this one single pouch. And the pens and the pencil I use are here, and the erasers and the water brushes. Everything is right here in this teeny tiny little section. But I also have extra paints, and I have needed to use extra paints on the rare occasion when maybe there's a specific pink or something that I see in the landscape and I can't quite mix it with my limited palette. So I'm excited to keep that one there. And then because I do tiny paintings, it's nice to have a little pair of readers. I don't often need them, but it's a nice option. I know these are kind of a hideous design. I don't even remember where I got them, probably the dollar store. But these fit in there, and then I have some glasses if I need them. And so that works out really well. I think the other thing I'm missing is I'd like to have a little bit of washi tape in case I need to tape something down. So I'm going to take a piece of cardboard and make a little washi tape roll. So instead of carrying a roll, which is very thick, I like to just wrap some around a piece of cardboard. And then this way I can bring enough tape in case I need to use it for watercolor or a border or for any reason to tape something. But it really takes up no space at all. In my painting box, I used a toothpick and wrapped it around that, and that is working quite well, but it's really small and easy to lose. And so I think for this, I want to make sure that I'm not going to misplace it. So I'm just wrapping it around this. And I'll do that several times until I think I have enough. And there's my little modified roll of washi tape, and that's as much as I really am ever going to need when I'm traveling. And that can also go in the zipper pouch. The other thing I'm sort of missing is I like to have just some scrap paper so that when I'm watercolor painting, if I'm not sure about a color, I can put it down on a little swatch of paper and then I can just check it. I have these offcuts with a little piece of cardboard, and I could cut this down in this pocket behind the palette. I think that's what I'm going to do. And I'll make it the same height as this ruler. And I think that'll work. Just gives me a few extra sheets. I mean, I can do a lot with these. I can even cut these down and make tiny paintings out of them if I wanted to. But for now, I'll just set those there. It's nice that it sticks out a bit because I can, if I'm painting, just use it, just pull it out a bit and put the color on there to test it. I could flip it around, I could turn it around, I can do a lot with that. And I think that's it for this side. So this flap just turns over. And then I have a pouch here and a pouch here. And in this first pouch, I'm going to put my view catcher. And probably not anything else yet. And then in this pouch, I'm going to make a custom sketchbook. And then I'm going to show you how I've modified it so that I can be completely hands-free and use this for painting and drawing. Here's the sketchbook all finished and decorated. You can see the nice tapes in the spine and the hard covers. And then it lays nice and flat so that when I want to paint, it's really easy to do so. I can just hold it in my hand or I can lay it down. Either way is really comfortable. And then if I want to have a wider selection of colors, I have this palette to do so. And I can even hold them in one hand and do it that way. Let me know if you'd like me to make a video of the process of making the sketchbook. I did film everything, but it was a little bit too long for this video. And then this sketchbook goes into this back pouch. And I made it to fit in there perfectly. And this is designed so that you can roll it. These pouches are made so that you can sort of roll it if you wanted to, but I have flatter, heavy things in these pockets, so I don't really care if mine rolls. In fact, I'd rather not have it roll. So this flap goes down to protect all of these items and keep everything from falling out. This one folds over, and then it's just like a book, really. So you just close the book, and then this goes over it. And you can put the strap around it and attach it. And then that's what it looks like from the top. There's my sketchbook and there's my viewfinder. Let me show you two things that I really, really love about it. If I'm at a cafe or a picnic table or even on a picnic blanket and I want to spread out, I can have this open, but I can also stand it up. And all of the supplies are here, which makes it really easy to access them. So if, for instance, I want to paint in my sketchbook, I can open that up, take out my little palette, and then I have full access to all of my pens and pencils and brushes right here. I've got to say I'm thinking about airplane travel or traveling on a train where you have a very small little tray. And I've had this situation before with my other one and I end up just having to paint on top of my pencil case. And I like the fact that you can just stand it up and tuck it out of the way and then you still have the full surface. But a lot of times, because I do tiny paintings, I'm in a situation where I need to stand. There's no place really for me to sit. The weather's bad. Any number of things can make me be in a situation where I need to stand when I'm painting. And I had a situation last year where I was painting in the field with my dog and the cows rounded the corner and I hadn't seen them and they were so close to me and I just wanted to get out of their way because our cows in this field are pretty friendly, but you just never know. So I just took my dog and we ran up the hill a little bit. And I had to leave the rest of my supplies laying on the ground. And if I was doing this next thing, hands-free, everything would be attached to my body. So let me show you what I mean by that. I saw a video where a woman modified her Sendak, where she took two grommets and put one there and one there, and then she had a strap that she attached and she could wear it like an apron. And I sort of liked that idea, but I also didn't really want to put anything else in here right now. And I wasn't sure about the idea of wearing it around my neck because when I'm recording myself painting, I actually have a lanyard that I wear around my neck for holding my camera. So I have this lightweight belt. I actually have two of them. I've had them forever. I love them. They're pattern on one side and gold on the other. I usually just wear this side when I wear them. But I love that it's really thin and can fold up to nothing and can fit in the outside pocket next to the viewfinder. But I also like the fact that I can just put this around my waist and attach this, and then I'm hands-free to paint. Let me show you what that looks like. So here's how it looks when it's attached. And I know you may be thinking that I look really silly, but this is such a game changer for me. The belt can be tightened no matter what I'm wearing or what I'm weighing at any given day. And if it's really cold or rainy and I have a big jacket over me, I can still have this underneath and everything is completely protected. I also love how everything is right to hand. So if I want my tiny painting, I've got my wristband, I've got my little palette, I've got my sketchbook, everything is right here. If I need a pen, it's here. If I need a water brush, it's here. If I need my scrap paper, it's here. Everything that I need to create art in a plein air setting, hands-free, is right here. If I have to go to the bathroom, I can go to the bathroom. If I have to run away from a cow, I can just run away from a cow. So I really love this aspect of it. And another bonus is that I use this little harness when I'm recording. My phone will go right there and I can paint hands-free. I've got all my supplies here. I've got my camera here. I've got everything I need. I'm just like a walking art studio. And I know you may be thinking, well, you could just use your other pencil case and put it in a bag and put it around your neck. And that is true. And I have tried that before. But my other pencil case isn't designed to be up and down. It's designed to lay flat. And so when I've done that before, there's a lot of fiddling involved, and this just eliminates all of that for me. So I'm super stoked. I can't wait for the weather to clear up so that I can go out and do some paintings for you all using this new setup. I love that the belt's thin, and I've also figured out another thing to do with the belt that I'm going to show you now, which is really fun. So if I want to, I can just roll this belt up like this and store it in this outside pouch with the viewfinder. And it really doesn't add very much bulk at all. But here's another thing that I think would be a fun option, which is to take this sweet little bag and make it into a cute little purse and use this as the strap. So let me show you how I do that. So I just loop it so that it's secure. And I take this area and I put it right here over these items on the end, fold the flap over, fold it over again, and then close it normally. Close this, and now I have a little purse with a strap, and I can actually just carry this with me like this. So I have a little bag and I can just carry it with me like this. So if I don't feel like putting it in a backpack or a larger bag, I can just carry it like this, go to location, set it up, wrap it around me, paint, and it's just another fun option to carry it. And that's it for my little tour. I'd love to know what you think, or if you have a similar pencil case, what types of things you put in it. If you can think of anything that I might have missed, that might be fun. And like I said, I did order the mini version, and I will be switching out my smaller pencil case for that. I'm not sure if I'll make a long video of that. I'll definitely make a short one. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see a longer video about that one as well. And thank you so much for being here and watching my little videos. I hope you have a beautiful day and happy painting.